What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is another holiday makeup look. This one is going to be completely drugstore makeup. So everything I have here is very good and affordable and fun and fresh. And I'm not James Charles. Who do you think you are, Ashley? But yeah, we did this makeup look here. It's not your classic holiday glam at all. It's kind of like a more modern, not very traditional take on holiday glam, but it is definitely still glam. I really like the way it came out. I feel like it was a very, very easy look to achieve with nice affordable products, so it's very family friendly. I don't know if that's necessarily friendly for the family, but it's friendly for all of us that don't, one, want to spend a lot of money on our makeup, and two, don't want to spend a year and a half doing our makeup, or we're a beginner and we need some help. Sorry, I'm like really hating my hair right now, but I also like really didn't want to really like put the whole weave in and do it, so excuse me. It's alright, it's a cute little bun moment. But yeah, makeup tutorials tend to be really long, so without any further ado, let's just jump right into this look. What's up, you guys? So I already did my brows and primed my lids. I'm using something new for my eye primer, but for my brows, I used my favorite brow product from the drugstore. This is the Maybelline Brow Precise. I have it in the color blonde, and it reminds me a lot of the Anastasia Brow Wiz. It's a really great eyebrow pencil for a very good, affordable price. And then I just set my brows with the Essence Brow Gel. It's just a clear brow gel. I like that as well. And then to prime my eyes, I got this new at Face Values just an hour ago, really. This is from J-Count Beauty, and it's an all about eyes, or all about that base in nude. I kind of like it so far. So I carved my brows and primed my eyes with this. So we're gonna jump into eyeshadow, and I'm gonna be pretty honest with you guys. I still have no idea what eyeshadow look I'm gonna do for this look, but we're gonna make it work. I have 3 different eyeshadow. I know like what I want to go on my lid, but as far as crease goes, this is what we got. We've got the City Mini palette from Maybelline in High Rise Sunset. I've used this in a drugstore makeup tutorial before, and then these are new. I just got them. This one is the Maybelline Soda Pop palette, and then this one is the J-Cat Extreme Access Pocket Eyeshadow in Walk of Stardom. This one looks really pretty. This one was only like $8, so we'll see about quality. Okay, let me just do a little bit of brainstorming now that I'm behind the camera, and then we'll get to putting on some eyeshadow. Okay, so I think I'm gonna start off with the City Mini palette, and I'm gonna go into this kind of like warm chocolate brown shade here. Okay, so basically this cherry on top shade in this palette is really calling my name for the crease, so I want to use that. But in the rest of the palettes, I don't really have anything that's like exactly like that, but I think it'll blend well into this, so we're gonna try it out. Okay, so I'm gonna take that on an E35 brush from Sigma, and we're just gonna blend this right into the crease. I don't want too much pigment because this is kind of darker than the color I was hoping for, but we're gonna make it work. So we're just gonna apply that and then take this brush and really, really blow it out. So you're just gonna do circular motions back and forth, windshield wiper, just a whole mess of stuff to make sure it's all nice and blown out. As you can see the difference between this eye and this eye. This is just applied, and then this is nice and blown out. Kind of doing that. I'm gonna add a little bit more to the crease. I will say I really do love the quality of these Maybelline eyeshadows. They're really, really great mattes, especially for the drugstore. So hopefully these are the same kind of formula, because next we're gonna go in with this cherry on top shade. I'm gonna take this brush from Real Techniques. This is their number 203 brush. It's very similar to like an E25 from Sigma, but the bristles are synthetic, so it just kind of gets brighter colors on a little bit better. So I'm just gonna take this and pat it into my crease at first. We're gonna do inner corner to outer corner for this look. Oh my god, this color is exactly what I was thinking. It's so pretty, isn't it? And then once it's packed on there, you're just gonna take the edge of your brush and kind of just circular motions all around the edges to blow it out and blend it in with that other shade we had. My eyelids are so dang dry, like I don't know what, I know exactly what happened. So basically I ran out of cotton pads. So to take off my makeup at the end of the day, I've been using makeup wipes instead of my normal makeup remover on a cotton pad. So seriously, my eyes are like so dry, like dry patches, flaky, dry eyelids. Isn't that so weird? And it was only like a few days of using makeup wipes. Oh hell yeah, I love this color. And always remember to keep your first like blending brush on hand to just blend all the edges together. That really, really helps with any eye look. Okay, now I'm gonna take this root beer color in here on a smaller blending brush. This is the Exact Blend E32 from Sigma. I'm just gonna take this right on the outer corner and just kind of pat it on and pat on the edges too to blend it. You can do a little bit of a circular motion, but try not to bring it up too far. Once again, go back with your previous brushes, and that makes it a lot easier to blend because it has like the residual color from before on it, so it makes it a lot easier to blend. Then I'm gonna go on the inner corner as well. You could take less product on the inner corner because you don't want to like really drown out your inner corner with darkness, because it will make your eyes look really small and kind of raccoony if you take too much dark shadow on the inner corner. So just pat it there. Wow, my eyelids are so dry, like it's really an issue. Okay, now for the star of the show, on the center of the lid, I'm going to take this from J-Cat Beauty. This is one of their Prismetal Chrome Eye Mousses, and this one is in the shade Houdini. Then I'm just going to take that on my finger, because I find that these work best with applied with your finger. I'm just going to press that right into the center of the lid. This one, I think I might have got like a dud, or like one that's been on the shelf for a long time, because it's a little drier than the other ones of this product that I have. I don't have the same exact shade, so it could be the shade that's drier, but the other ones I have are so much more moussey, but it is still applying really pretty, so I ain't really that mad at it. Ooh, yeah, this is exactly what I wanted. I do want to hit the crease with another layer of the Cherry on Top shade, just because I want it to like stand out a little bit more. I'm just going to take that same brush we used before and just hit right above where we just applied that color, just to kind of redefine that purple shade. And then I'll go in as well with the brown we used before and hit right above that. It's sometimes good to just kind of like reapply colors just to make sure that they're all as vibrant and like poppin' as you want them to be. And also because the more you blend, the better it's gonna be. That's basically the moral of any eyeshadow story. It's lit. I'm into this. And that was honestly such an easy look to do. And we're basically like done. Okay, this shade in the Soda Pop palette, Tonic, is such a pretty, well, it looks like such a pretty brow highlight shade. So I'm going to take that on this little kind of dense NYX brush, and we're going to just pop this right under the brow. Oh, that's nice and like pinky, so it kind of ties into those purple tones we have on the eye. As you guys have probably noticed, I've been really into like an eyeshadow liner. So do we have anything in here that we can do that? Do we have a black? We don't have a black. Do we want a black? Okay, I shockingly like don't have a black drugstore eyeshadow, but I'm sure you guys all have your favorite black eyeshadow. So I'm gonna jump into mine, which is the Huda Beauty Smoky Obsessions black. And this is my favorite brush to do this with. This is the Eco Tools angled liner brush. And I basically just dunk it in there, and then I just go across the lid and press it into the lash line. And I kind of taper it so I make it thicker at the outer corner, and then really nice and thin and tight at the inner corner, which is like how we kind of do any winged liner, whether it's with powder or with eyeliner. And do you see the difference? Like this looks so much more defined than this eye. And then you can decide if you want to wing it out or not. I kind of just make it a little bit thicker at the outer corner. And then usually when I clean this up, it kind of gives it a little bit of a wing, but I'm doing this just for kind of definition on the eye. And it's honestly so much easier than doing the winged liner. And a lot of times I feel like a winged liner can actually take away from a look and distract you from like all of your beautiful blending work and stuff. So I've been really, really liking this technique lately. Okay guys, now we're gonna move on to skin. I actually already primed before I came on camera. I used the NYX Pore Filler, and I actually love the way that it made my skin feel. And it really did fill in my pores really nicely. But before I do anything, I'm actually gonna just take a makeup wipe and clean up under my eye and the edge of my eye, because I got some black fallout for sure. And that is not gonna mix well with foundation. And maybe I'll just hit myself with a little more of this pore filler, because I probably just wiped it off. This stuff was like $13, which is pretty pricey for the drugstore. So I'm glad that I like it, because otherwise I'd be pissed. Okay, for foundation, I'm gonna be using the Maybelline Superstay foundation, but I have two colors. This is way too light for me, and this is probably a little too dark for me. So I'm gonna mix them. I have 112 Natural Ivory and 128 Warm Nude. So I think I'm gonna do mostly Warm Nude. Maybe like, I'm gonna do half and half actually. So I'll do one pump of each. Yeah, you see that difference? Ashley, what are you doing? So actually I'm gonna do 1.5 of Warm Nude. And I'm gonna mix that together. Oh, I always bring out a little palette to mix my foundation, and then I always end up doing it on the back of my hand. This foundation is great. I just wasn't using it for so long because I had a shade that was way too light for me. So I'm glad to have another one now so that I can mix and match. Yeah, because that's way better. That's like such a good shade match for me. And this foundation is so nice and full coverage. It's like a really great finish. It's not too matte, it's not too satin or too dewy. It is such a good in-between, and it wears so well. So if you do want something for like a full glam holiday look that is gonna wear throughout the night for a holiday party or something, or just a night out, or just, you know, day to day, you don't want to have to touch up your makeup, this is such a good drugstore option. I used to actually wear the original Maybelline Superstay in high school. That was like my foundation of choice. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I was definitely putting it on with my hands and looking like a freaking orange cake face, but I remember loving it, so at least I enjoyed it. And I remember the bottle said transfer proof. I used to get foundation on literally everything, so that was totally a lie, Maybelline, but I'm glad you improved because this one is pretty transfer proof. And now we're gonna go in with concealer. This is basically the only drugstore concealer that I use, so if you've got any recommendations, let a girl know. But this is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Under Eye Concealer. I have the shade Fair, and I've used this for so many years. And actually today when I was out drugstore makeup shopping, there was two girls talking about makeup right by this, and one girl was recommending it to the other, and I was like, oh hell yeah girl, you need that, she's right. Don't you love that? When you connect with somebody else about makeup, like out and about. It's so fun. Okay, I'm actually gonna let this sit for a little because it's not as full coverage as I'm used to, like my Too Faced concealer. So I'm gonna definitely let it sit and cook into the skin and adhere. Okay, I've let it sit for like 2 minutes and we're gonna start blending out. You see? And now it's just kind of like stuck on there, like you kind of just let it dry. So the coverage is so much better. It does make it a little bit harder to blend out, obviously, because it's dry, but it's honestly worth it. Like, just take the few extra seconds because it gives you so much more coverage out of any concealer. Oh, my under eye is already so smoky because the black shadow transferred from my waterline, but it's okay. I'll actually use that to our advantage. Ooh, she's looking bright and shiny. I'm actually not looking shiny at all. This foundation dried down perfectly matte. So if you are dry, I will say moisturize a little extra. I know I said it was like perfect between matte and satin before, but I'm honestly, I don't know, I'm remembering it wrong because now it's drying down pretty matte, but I ain't mad at it. Because I get pretty shiny, especially when I'm partying. So this is a perfect holiday party foundation. And of course, this is no different than any tutorial, whether it's drugstore or not. Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder to set and bake. I don't really bake, I just kind of set with my damp beauty sponge. Just press it under my eye and it locks everything into place and it brightens you. It makes you nice and smooth, it fills in your pores. This powder is simply everything. So now I'm gonna add some eyeliner to my waterline. This is a really pretty brown shade. This is Black Cocoa from Pixie. It's a little mini. I think it came in like a gift set last Christmas. I'm gonna put this right on my waterline. If you want your eyes to look a little bit brighter, then skip this step. Now I'm gonna go in with the chocolate brown from the City Mini palette. I'm gonna take that on like a small blending brush. And we're gonna smoke out the lower lash line with this. Ooh, this is looking a lot darker on the lower lash line than it does up top, but I ain't mad at it, truthfully. But I am gonna take a clean blending brush, like something like this, and just go right under it and blend it a little bit more because I don't want to add any more product or color, but I do want to smoke it out a little bit more, just blend the edges. Now I'm gonna take something nice and small and dense like this. This is the EcoTools Micro Smudge Brush. And I'm gonna go into the Cherry on Top shade, which is the purple we were using up top. We're just gonna press this closer to the lash line. Then you can take that smaller blending brush you used with the chocolate brown shade and go over it to kind of melt them together. And then I'm gonna take the Prismetal, the Houdini shade that we used on the lid, and I'm gonna take actually the same little smudger brush and get a little bit on it. This is like an interesting product to use with the brush, honestly. Like, I kind of don't like it, but for this small of a spot, I kind of need to because my fingers are just gonna kind of get it everywhere. So I'm just gonna take that and press it right in the center, kind of mirror. Okay, yeah, you see, it's still getting everywhere. Yeah, so I'm just gonna press that into the center. Be careful with this because it kind of gets like flaky and chunky and it can come down a little too far. If you have a little baby's fingers that you can use, maybe that's a better way. Okay. That wasn't necessarily my best idea, but it's okay. And then we're gonna take that tonic shade again that we used to highlight the brow bone, and we're gonna put this right on the inner corner. That is such a pretty highlight shade. Like, oh my god, I want to drown in that. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and hit myself with some mascara and lashes. I'm going to do a little bit of the L'Oreal Voluminous False Fiber Lashes Mascara, and then I'm going to do these babies. These are the lashes I wore for my birthday the other night. They're the Ardell Double Up 113s, and they were so pretty that night. And I just wanted to use them again because aren't they like gorge? Love them. Okay, lashes are on. Let's get some color into this face because I'm looking quite sickly. So we've got a new bronzer to use. This is the new Maybelline City Bronzer. I got the shade 020 or 200, JK. 200, so this is like the second darkest. Wow, it's orange on camera. It doesn't really look orange in person, but I'm gonna take my Eco Tools Precision Powder Brush. This is like my new favorite bronzing brush, even though it used to be my favorite bronzing brush and then I like fell out of it. I don't know, I just go back and forth with all of my brushes. So I'm just gonna go ahead and bronze with this. Let's see how it is. I like that. It's a little warmer, or like a little more orange toned than I usually go for bronzer. But this formula is really nice, actually. I always stick to my normal drugstore bronzers, like the NYC Sunny or the NYX Matte Bronzer. But this is pretty legit. I'm into it. It's about time we got some new matte bronzers at the drugstore. I don't know how this is going to work for contour, but we're going to use it because I don't pull anything else out. So I'm going to go ahead and take my Zoeva Luxe face paint brush. Yes. Just go ahead and add a little bit more. A little bit more of this right in the hollow of my cheek and just go ahead and kind of contour. I'm not going to add any more on my forehead though. I'm going to take my handy dandy little NYX brush that I contour my nose with and very carefully contour my nose. Okay, now for blush, I just picked this one up. This is the Apricot in the Middle, or Apricot in the Middle. I don't know how to say this name. It's kind of weird. From Wet n Wild. It's just a nice, pretty apricot shade. It's pretty light. So let's see how it goes. Whoa. Oh, I was like, did the blushes fall? That was a little brush. Okay. Well, my cheeks are very warm apparently now. Between this bronzer and blush, I'm looking a little orangey. I'm looking a little Trump-esque. Okay, now for, I'm going in between with highlighters because this one I know I love. This one I haven't really used yet, so I don't know. It seems kind of glittery in the pan. I don't know, let's try it. This is Molten Peach from Maybelline. I like the other Molten ones, but this one just seems like it has more glitter in it for some reason. I can't tell. That's too peachy for me right now. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with Delicate Dew from Pixi. These are fucking bomb, girl. This one I like to just mix both of them together because I like both of the shades. And it just, oh my god, it's so nice and dewy and wet looking. Like, ooh, girl. Yes, you gotta like tone it down a little. Then I just take my finger and do the same on my nose and also on my cupid though. Okay, for lips finally, I know this lip, like, I know holidays you want to do a red lip all the time, but this eye look does not call for that. So we're gonna do a nice, like, warmer, kind of darker nude. We're gonna start off with this NYX Suede Lip Liner in the shade Cold Brew. Love that name. Love a good cold brew. We're gonna line. Okay, I have to get really, really close to line my lips today. I don't know why. And then I'm gonna go and top it off with this new Maybelline lipstick. This is in Mauve For Me, and it's basically, let me pull up the information about it because they sent this to me. So thank you to Maybelline. Okay, so this is the new Maybelline Made For All by Color Sensational. It's a universal line of lipstick that is specifically made to complement every skin complexion. Cool, so let's see if it works with mine. I'm sure it will. This is exactly the lip color I wanted for this look. Okay, so just like it always does, Color Sensational lipsticks always feel great on the lips. This one is no different, and this color is like such, I feel like this is such a good everyday color for most skin tones. Like, it's just that beautiful, universal kind of like mauve-y, browny, beigey, just perfect lip color. And I feel like with these eyes, it just goes beautifully. Okay, and to finish off, I'm just gonna go ahead and spritz an old fave, the NYX Matte Finish Setting Spray. If you're drier, you can get the dewy one, but I feel like this one works better no matter what your skin tone. I just got so much shit all over it. Okay, you guys, this is the final look, but I'm gonna go ahead and fix my hair, and then I will be back to send you off to enjoy your merry day. Okay, you guys, I really didn't feel like putting in my whole weave and doing the whole hair shebang, so this is the final look. I'm actually really excited about how it came out. It's a different take on holiday makeup. It's still glitzy and glam. Like, a classic holiday makeup look is, but we're incorporating more of like the berry tones and the green, the bronze, you know, it's a little bit more, dare I say, subtle in terms of color, but still very festive and fun and glam, which is exactly what we want. So I hope you guys enjoyed this drugstore makeup tutorial. I love you all. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in tomorrow's Vlogmas video.